Balloon jumping replaced star jumping, also demonstrating with typically fatal results that manpower and flapping wings were useless in achieving flight. At the same time, scientific study of heavier than air flights began in earnest. Guys, meet the father of aeronautics, or should I say, the father of aviation? Well, you'll get to find out by the end of today's episode. Hello and welcome to Skyreviewzone, your ultimate destination for all things aviation. And guys, today we'll delve into the fascinating history of George Cayley, a true gem in the world of aviation pioneers. Guys, before we start what we'll have today, remember from the previous episode where we said that the 1811 average Beblinger tried to fly an ornithopter without a balloon, but unfortunately he crashed into the Danube River, and this event inspired George Cayley to push his ideas on flight, which helped shape the future of aviation. And guys, you can check out that episode. So today we'll look at the works that helped shape modern aviation. And talking about fatal results, alongside the others that were mentioned in the previous episode, in 1801, the French officer André Guillaume de Gouy managed a 300-meter glide by starting from the top of a city walls of Angoulême and broke only one leg on arrival. But guys, that's not what we are talking about today. That's not the focal point of today's video. Today we're gonna be talking about the father of aeronautics, that's George Cayley. So guys, stay tuned and enjoy the ride. Guys, there's someone I want to talk about. I've not really heard his name though, but the man stated something that's of importance and useful, and he goes by the name Brigadier General Isidore Didion, a French mathematician in 1873, and he stated that aviation will be successful if one finds an engine whose ratio to the width of the device to be supported will be larger than the current steam engines or the strength developed by humans or most of the animals. And guys, I think what this man was trying to say in simple terms was that for aviation to succeed, we need an engine that can produce more power in relation to the width of the flying device than what steam engines, human strength, or most animals can provide. This means that the engine must be lightweight but powerful enough to lift and propel the aircraft effectively. In other words, the engine must be capable of producing more force to lift and sustain the aircraft in the air, making it efficient and practical for flying. And guys, this man really made a huge point because today, like in modern day aviation, the thrust to weight ratio is the key measure to evaluate an engine's performance, and I guess that's exactly what this man was trying to talk about. Like I said earlier, that's not the main focus of today's video. So guys, let's just dive into what we have, and that's talking about the father of aeronautics, and that's George Cayley by name. Sir George Cayley was first called the father of aeroplane in 1846. During the last years of the previous century, he began the first rigorous study of the physics of flight, that's the study of aerodynamics, and would later design the first modern heavier than aircraft. And aerodynamics is the study of the motion of air, particularly when affected by solid objects such as an aeroplane's wing. At the age of 10, George Cayley started studying the physics of how birds fly. In his school notes, he drew sketches exploring the principles of flight. Some say that these sketches dating back to 1792 or 1793 indicate that Cayley was already working on the concepts of lifts generated by an inclined plane. And this is amazing. Like this man rather literally started this at the age of 10. Even when I was 10, I feel like I didn't know what I was even doing. Wow, that's crazy. Also, sources say that Cayley made a model helicopter, and the most interesting thing here is that he was even unaware of Lunoy and Bienvenu's model helicopter. And guys, we've talked about Lunoy and Bienvenu's model helicopter in the previous episode, so guys, you can check it out. In 1796, George Cayley crafted a model helicopter resembling a Chinese flying top, unaware of a similar design by Lunoy and Bienvenu. And I already talked about that rather, and he believed that his design offered the best potential for simple vertical flight. Years later, in 1854, Cayley improved upon his original model, and he credited Mr. Cooper as the first to enhance the toy's basic structure, with reports of Cooper's model soaring 20 or 30 feet. And inspired by Cooper's work, Cayley and Miss Coulson created a remarkable copy, which Cayley described as a very beautiful specimen of the screw propeller in the air, capable of flying over 90 feet high. So guys, let's move on to Cayley's study in 1799. And guys, this particular one is gonna blow your mind. I think in 1799, George Cayley introduced the concept of the modern airplane. He envisioned a fixed-wing flying machine with distinct systems for lift, propulsion, and control. And to illustrate his ideas, he engraved them on a small silver disc. One side depicted the forces acting on an aircraft, while the other side featured a sketch of his aircraft design. This design included modern features such as a curved or cambered wing for lift, a separate tail with a horizontal tailplane and vertical fin for stability, and a fuselage where the pilots would be suspended below the center of gravity to provide stability. This means that the pilot's position in the aircraft will be below the point where the aircraft's weight is evenly distributed. Interestingly, his design also included two pilot-operated paddles or oars, which function like flower valves. And guys, you can see that even while his design were not entirely modern, Cayley's design was a significant step forward to the development of modern airplanes. Like literally guys, this is mostly the concept that is used on modern day planes, except for the part that the pilot is directly suspended below the aircraft's center of gravity. Guys, am I right or wrong? Let me hear your answers in the comment section. And let's continue to some of his other inventions. In 1804, Cayley took a big leap forward in aviation history by creating a model glider, which is considered the first modern heavier-than-air flying machine. And guys, this glider had the basic layout of today's airplanes, with an inclined wing angled towards the front. Thus, the wings are positioned higher at the front than at the back to generate lift, and positioned toward the front of the aircraft. Guys, you can literally see this design in almost every modern aircraft. And the glider also had an adjustable tail at the back, complete with both a tail plane and a fin. Despite the glider's simplicity, with just a flat paper kite wing without any curve, that the wings of his model were uncambered, the model was still remarkably effective. And by moving a weight, George Cayley could change the glider's center of gravity. And guys, according to people that witnessed it, they said that when the glider was launched down a hillside, it was very pretty to see and could easily be controlled with a small adjustment to the tail. So guys, despite that this model didn't pose an airfoil shape, the wing model was still angled to generate lift. And by the end of 1809, George Cayley had achieved a significant milestone by constructing the world's first full-size glider, and he successfully flew it as an unmanned tethered kite, marking a pivotal moment in aviation history. Around the same time, inspired by the amusing yet unsuccessful attempts of his contemporaries, Cayley began publishing a groundbreaking three-part treatise titled On Aerial Navigation, dated 1809 to 1810. In his treatise, Cayley presented the first scientific statement of the aviation problem, emphasizing the challenge of making a surface support a given weight by utilizing the power against air resistance. And that he refers to the concept of using a source of power to overcome the resistance of air in order to lift and propel an aircraft. This means that the power generated by the aircraft's propulsion system, such as an engine, is used to counteract the drag or resistance experienced by the aircraft as it moves through the air. He also identified and explained the four vector forces influencing aircraft, thus thrust, lift, drag, and weight, while also addressing stability to control in his designs. Recognizing the limitations of manpower, Cayley explored potential power sources, even describing the operational concepts of the internal combustion engine using a gas and air mixture, though he never built a working engine. Despite his focus on gliding flight, Cayley made significant contributions to aviation design. Thus, he highlighted the importance of the cambered aerofoil, dihedra in wing design, and dihedra is an upward angle of an aircraft's wing as viewed from the front or side. This angle helps improve the stability and control of the aircraft during flight. He also highlighted diagonal bracing for structural support and methods for reducing drag. Also, Cayley's work extended to ornithopters, that's flapping wing aircraft, and parachutes, showcasing his comprehensive understanding of aviation principles and his pioneering spirit in the field of aeronautics. In 1848, George Cayley built a safe triplane glider big enough to carry a child. A local boy was chosen for the flight, but his name is unknown. And by 1852, George Cayley also designed a full-size glider that could be launched from a balloon. And in 1853, he built Aviation that could be launched from a hilltop, and this carried the first adult aviator across Brompton Dale. Though the aviator's identity remains a mystery, with suggestions ranging from Cayley's coachman or butler to his grandson. What's certain is that the flight marks the first time someone flew in a glider with distinct wings, fuselage and tail, featuring inherent stability and pilot-operated controls, the first fully modern, heavier than aircraft. Guys, this is amazing. Trust me, it's amazing. And guys, it's important to know that Cayley's innovations also included a rubber-powered motor and a tension spoke wheel, both which are significant advancements in aviation technology. Guys, to summarize this episode, among Cayley's main achievements, his most important contributions to aeronautics include clarifying our ideas and laying down the principles of heavier than air flight, reaching a scientific understanding of the principles of bird flight, conducting a scientific aerodynamic experiment demonstrating drag and streamlining, movements of the center of pressure, and the increase in lift from curving the wing surface. Also, defining the modern airplane configuration comprising a fixed wing, fuselage and tail assembly, demonstration of manned gliding flight, setting out principles of power to weight ratio in sustaining flight. Guys, like this man rather, or this genius rather, should be called the father of airplanes. Like, though he's called the father of airplanes already, he should be called the father of aviation as a whole, because he literally contributed and inspired a lot, which we can see today in modern day aviation. Though the Wright brothers are known as the father of aviation, and we'll see to that in subsequent videos, but guys, I feel like this guy should be called the father of aviation. Like, he laid down everything, he made everything so easy. Like, he started research from 10. He started studying physics of bird flight when he was 10. Guys, can you imagine? Finally, in today's episode, George Cayley's pioneering work in aviation laid the foundation for modern aircrafts, and I guess you know that already. His innovative designs and commitment to flight research inspired generations of aviators and engineers. I guess you should also know that. Then this is what I want you guys to take out. Guys, Cayley's dedication to understanding the principles of flight teaches us the importance of curiosity, perseverance, and thinking outside the box. He showed that with passion and determination, even the sky is not the limit, and his legacy continues to inspire generations of aviators and engineers to dream big and strive for new heights in the world of flight. Guys, to end this, I would say thank you to George Cayley, because I feel like he made aviation what it is today. Actually, he made aviation what it is today. Well, I guess he's dead, so may his soul rest in peace. Guys, thank you, and see you in the next episode. Don't forget to soar high. See you soon.